So my name is Scott Webster. I'm the CFO of Scholar's Choice, and I own that with my husband Scott. We have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys, and we run a very successful business, and I'm very happy with where we are.
Scholar's Choice is the largest provider of educational toys and teaching materials in Canada, and we sell to parents and teachers, childcare centers, and schools. And our vision is that we want to help parents and teachers so that children will have the best opportunities so that they grow up to develop a love of learning and achieve success and happiness in their lives. So when I joined the business, it really always was with the idea in the back of my mind that it would transfer to me at the point that my parents decided to retire. And I joined in 1990, and in 1998 we bought our major competitor, Moyers, and that was the natural time. My parents were at the point of thinking of retiring, and when we made that acquisition, it was a large acquisition, and it really meant that we were going to go in a different direction, a big expansion, and it was the perfect time for us to transition the business. And so we made that change in 1998. And Cindy was still at Deloitte, but we bought the business at that time and went from there.
So I worked with Deloitte for 12 years, and I loved being in public accounting. I loved working with clients. We had 3 children, and I knew that I wanted to have a 4th. And the demands at Scholar's Choice were such that we were expanding, and I felt that Scott needed my support, more so at Scholar's Choice. And with having 4 children, I felt that it was the right decision for us, for me to leave public accounting and go join the company as we grew. We had recently purchased the company, and we had expanded from 9 retail stores to almost 20 retail stores, and so there were lots of demands there, and I felt that I could play a part in the growth at Scholar's Choice.
It's great having your partner, at home and at work. When you're running and growing your own business, and so from that perspective, I think that's great.
Yeah. And I think for us too, we don't play the blame game. It's never someone's fault. We're in this together, so no matter what happens, we're a team. And there's times where I'm up and he's down and you support him, and then there's times where he's up and I'm down and he supports me. And I think it's all about a mutual support, and I think that you have to be on the same vision, and we were always on the same vision for our children and for our business.
Cindy is the soft side, and I'm the hard edge, and so she softens me, and she's the people person. She's the one that everyone gravitates to. She's the one that develops relationships with. She's the one who's got us through hard times, because she has had such strong personal bonds with whoever she meets. And not that I'm not personal, but she just is that. I'm a little shyer. I'm a little bit more solitary into myself. And she's more outgoing and creates those natural, the room lights up when she comes in. So.
Thanks. Scott's the visionary. He has such great passion, especially for our business and for children and seeing children succeed. And I really admire that, and that really inspires me.
So I started Deloitte a year before Cindy, and my perspective on what happened is a little different than hers. And so, but we ended up working side by side in the bullpen.
So we had cubicles, and we shared a phone, and the phone hung between us. And when it rang, I always felt that I was the one answering the phone. And so I thought, what is this guy?
I think the biggest thing that I miss about Deloitte is the camaraderie. I think that we were all part of a big group. We were all going through the same things. It wasn't just about the London office, which we worked in, because we really worked regionally, and we all went through the steps to get our CA, and so we worked together. And when I started, the firm had just launched the UFI prep program in Southwestern Ontario, so I was part of that guinea pig group. And we were a big group together. We went through that together, and it was a lot of fun, and we've maintained a lot of those relationships. And so because of that, there's a real strong network, a real strong tie to the firm that we'll never lose.
The one great thing about Deloitte is that you establish great friends, and it's a good peer group. That's one of the things you miss when you become an entrepreneur, is that you have your husband, but you don't have the same peer group anymore. You have employees, and we have a senior management team, and we have a strong senior management team. But beyond that, there really isn't a peer group, and so you have to look to the outside for your peers. And that's one of the things that Deloitte does so well, is that everybody's going through the same process, and everybody's going towards their CPA or CA at the time, and achieving great things in your career. But in your own business, some people are happy to do the same job for 24 years, and that's okay. But that's not what you see at Deloitte. One of the things I learned when I worked with Deloitte is that there are so many resources available to our clients from Deloitte, and I used those services once I joined my husband in our business. We can't do everything by ourselves, and you have to rely on experts, and I always turn to Deloitte for many services through the last 10 years.
Best advice I ever received. The best advice I ever received was understanding that my mindset has a lot to do with what happens, and that what you put out there is what you get. And so if you want things to be on a positive track, then that's where your mind has to be.
One of the things that I remember is when I went to my convocation, my CA convocation, was the speech was given, and it said that you were given a key. By this diploma, you're given a key, and you can either choose to put the key in your pocket, or you can use it to open doors. And I really feel that that was good advice, and I always thought of that, and I still think of it today.